Millions of years of evolutionary advancement. And then we have Jonathan. Have you ever stopped and thought, what is my true purpose in life? What's going on, guys? Jonathan back with another Destiny 2 exotic weapon review. And if you guys have been living underneath a rock like I have since I was out on a little trip, you would not know that the Devil's Ruin exotic sidearm just came out on January 7th. Now, the Devil's Ruin is a brand new exotic sidearm, like I just said, that was just recently released. The exotic itself is incredibly unique in its own way, while taking on the same function of the Thousand Voices heavy fusion rifle. If you guys don't know that, I'll leave a link down in the description below as well. But basically, it's a really hard-hitting gun, and it's pretty damn good. The gun has two separate modes of firing, its individual shot mode, much like a normal sidearm, and a laser firing mode, which I have to admit, feels pretty sweet and awesome at the same time. You know, when it actually decides to work. There was an exploit that was discovered for the weapon a few days ago, which would allow the player to shoot the gun's laser over and over without having the need to reload. Apparently, if you charge the weapon like normal and release the trigger just before the laser would result in the magazine refilling without reloading and still have the laser go off. You would then keep repeating this over and over, and there you have it, a constant firing, devastating laser to shred through your enemies. Now, moving on to the perks, we have Close the Gap. Charges to fire a high-powered laser. Very, very nice. Pyrogenesis. Fully charging the laser refills the magazine from your reserves. Also pretty nice. Extended Barrel. Weightley barrel extension increases the range, decreases the handling speed, moderately controls the recoil. Projection Fuse. Increases range. Pyrogenesis, as I just said, charges at the laser, refills magazine from reserves. Combat Grip. This weapon's recoil direction is more vertical. Greatly controls recoil. The gun does have some pretty basic stats for being a sidearm, but the range is much better than it shows, and the recoil is basically non-existent. The gun takes around 15 minutes to get, which was also a pretty nice touch and a cherry on top if I do say so myself. All you need to do is launch the sundial activity on Mercury if you haven't already done it, complete it, then it will appear as one of your rewards on screen. You then go have a little chat with Saint 14, who directs you to a special Find All the Pieces mission that's set on the Crucible map Twilight Gap. Run around the map, pick up all the 10 little missing parts on some robots, and there you have it. You got yourself the Devil's Ruin. But I have to admit, the dialogue between Saint 14 and Shaxx near the end is hilarious. I mean, come on, Shaxx even sings. Now moving on to PvP. The gun feels pretty nice in PvP, especially when you get the feel for the weapon, and the satisfaction of mowing down an enemy player with the charged laser is... Now, the gun when shooting normally hits for around 35 to the body and 50 to the head, and 12 to the body and 17 to the head while you're taking on another super, which I don't know why you would, you're pretty crazy, but hey, go for it. However, it hits for 26 to the body and 36 to the head on a normal Guardian when shooting the laser function, and 12 to the body and 17 to the head against another super. Confusing, I know, I mean, just shoot for the head, that's my mindset, it kills them faster, go ahead. The gun also has a few weird moments where I could charge up the gun's laser only to have it shoot a single round bullet, which usually got me killed or, you know, hurt pretty bad. And I know that I have that trigger held down all the way. Now, I do play with an Elite controller, and I'm about 90% sure that my trigger stops are interfering with the charging in some way, shape, or form, so hey, that's just me. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are also having trouble with the charging mode as well. If you use trigger stops, maybe it's just the trigger stops like I'm thinking about, but hey, let me know down in the comments below. Now, onto the gun again. If I'm being completely honest, I would say that it's not very competitive in the Crucible's meta as of this very moment. Special weapons. And will usually just get you killed by either a shotgun warrior, a sniper, or literally any other type of weapon if you miss even a single shot. You're better off using like a Mindbenders or a Revoker if you actually want to win and keep your sanity somewhat intact. I would say to throw on a sidearm targeting, but in my opinion, that doesn't seem to help the gun either, unfortunately. Overall, the gun is not meant to be used in Crucible at this moment, and especially not for competitive play. Use this gun at your own risk. I am not reliable for any mental breakdowns, controller smash, or televisions thrown out the window. Thank you very much. PvE is where I believe this weapon shines the most, and is an excellent choice to pick if you want to run some strikes, some nightmare hunts, or even nightfalls to grind out some things. since it has the built-in staggering rounds against the unstoppable champions. The fact is that it also uses primary ammo, which is a huge plus, and definitely gets a high placement on my own personal PvE exotic tier list. The gun will most likely stay in my inventory on my Guardian at all times in case I need to either throw it on for an activity or if I want to test out, like a legendary primary or whatnot. The weapon's non-existent recoil lets you easily land the headshots on basic adds, and when a yellow bar does pop up, just shoot a couple rounds into its head, charge up to laser, and just watch its health drop. The gun was extremely satisfying to use, and I could only imagine what it's like with solar burn active. Overall, the Devil's Ruin is an excellent addition to Destiny 2's exotic weapons. The gun's very easy to obtain, which made it a lot of people happy that they didn't have to waste their entire day grinding out a dumb quest, which also is very good for me as well, since I basically have no time. Its primary ammo usage is also a massive benefit as well. Come on, who runs out of primary ammo, really? If you want to jump into PvP with the weapon, well, that's on you. Good luck, I wish you the best, and I'll see you in Fortnite once the match is over. PvE is definitely where it belongs. It has the most benefits, the most usage, and will always be in my Guardian's inventory for grinding out Nightfalls. Let me know how you guys like the Devil's Ruin in the comments below. Share your experiences with the gun as well, down in the Crucible. I'd love to hear those, because if you are anything like me, I had a horrible time in it. Anyways, this is Jonathan with another Destiny 2 exotic review, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.